Welcome to Picture Book Chat, where we feature a handful of new picture books each month and discuss what makes them great. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or teacher, you're bound to find some wonderful reading suggestions from librarians Mary Ellen Bracks and Sheri Boggs.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen Bracks, and with me today is Sheri Boggs.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about picture books today.
Woohoo.
Yay. So we have some fun ones, and we have a lot of board books, which is always fun to have new board books coming
Yeah, definitely.
So what do we have first, Sheri?
Okay, so, funny you say first, because we have babies firsts. So I love this. It's exactly what the title promises. It's first everything, like your first bath, your first teeth. I love that we go from very brand new babies.
Yes.
These are just little babies. Baby's first stroller ride, baby's first teeth. So it kind of covers a lot of milestones in that first year. Baby's first haircut, baby's first blanket. I love the diversity in the book. The close-ups, the baby's faces are just right front and center. And as we know, babies love to look at pictures of other babies.
Toddlers love looking at babies. Preschoolers love looking at babies. This will be fun.
Grown-ups like looking at babies. They're so cute. Yeah. Baby's first smile. So I love the diversity in this. And it finally culminates in baby's first birthday. I love this one, just going for it with the cake.
Yeah.
So I just think there's a lot of fun stuff to look at in here, kind of talking about, in addition to first milestones, it's also, activities, all the things that happen during a baby's day.
Yeah. This would be really good for expectant parents who's expecting a second child, that this will be good for the first child to see what's going to be going on when new baby arrives.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah, so that's why I thought that was really good too. So, yes, and I loved it for all the same reasons you did. I know that babies love seeing pictures of other babies. The photographs are great. I love the diversity. It just ticked all the boxes for me in terms of, a board book there. And I think this would be a great baby shower gift.
Oh, yeah.
If you paired this with a bunch of little blocks, the little ABC blocks that Melissa and Doug, I think, have a set. They're just the little square ones. That would be a great baby shower gift.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Be a great gift for a 1-year-old too.
Yeah.
First birthday.
Right, especially with the cake at the end.
Yeah. Cake.
And you can wipe these pages off easily, so that's good too.
Yes. So, yeah, I think that one is a winner, definitely.
Yeah. I like this a lot. This is from Flowerpot Press, and we've done some of their other
I really like that.
Books. And I like this is something I've noticed in some other publishers, but I like the little key on the back. Educational benefits for skills, family learning, diversity.
Yeah, that's great.
Just a lot of fun and so much joy in these photos.
Right.
Well, maybe not there, but
yeah. And then remember the barcode on the back where you can scan, and then you can put a hold on that if you want to take a look at it.
Excellent. What's next, Mary Ellen?
Well, we have one of my favorite authors is Aimée Garcia, and she's got Honk Honk Woo Woo.
Nice.
Obviously, you can make a lot of noises with it. This will be great for toddlers and any vehicle enthusiasts that you have in your house. But it basically just goes through and says, help, there's an emergency, call the rescue vehicles. All the little cars have eyes. The kids will love it. You can use a lot in here. That you can say, oh, what kind of truck is that? What color is that truck? So there's an awful lot that you can do in here. And the different types of trucks, like the strong tow truck rushes in next. So if you've got little ones at home who are really into cars and vehicles, they will love this one. And of course, here's the fire department coming, and there's sounds. one thing I always tell our staff when you're working with toddlers is that any book that makes a sound is great to read because it gets the kids going with you. So it's interactive and keeps their attention, and they have a lot of fun with that. And these are sounds that a lot of kiddos can make at the toddler age. So,
Can and will.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great little board book, just like a sentence per page, which is perfect for toddlers. It's best. This is a smaller book. I wish they would bring it out in a bigger board book so it would be easier to use in our story times, especially our larger ones. But this is great for a small group or one-on-one. So I could see the child cares using this because a lot of times they have smaller toddler groups. That would be a fun one to do, to use it with. So yes, and the colors here, so you can work on colors. What is their favorite truck? There's even, the helicopter there. So this is, part of a set too, because they've got tip, tip, dig, dig, toot, toot, beep, beep.
Plinka, shake.
I think we've done that one
We have,
too.
yeah.
And then the tap, tap, bang, bang. So there's lots in there. And then in the series. And then here's the barcode on the back too.
Excellent.
But what did you like about this book?
A lot of the same things you do. Being able to talk about colors while you're going through this is an added benefit. And I noticed this has a little bit more text than we've seen in some of the Aimée Garcia books. But I like what it does here because it kind of explains what each vehicle's job is or like what it's about to do.
Right.
So I thought that was really fun. It's kind of a little added educational benefit. And then another funny thing, the title of this book in Great Britain is Nina, Nina, like the sound of their emergency vehicles, which I thought was really funny.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Because I think these were first published in the UK.
Okay.
I'd need to double check. But I just thought that was a funny regional difference.
Yeah. And I did like the longer sentences just because I know that, with the toddlers, that 2 and young 3 group will really hone in on this one and really like it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So yeah,
Excellent.
It was a win.
All right.
Okay. Next one.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So we have a new Sandra Boynton book.
These are great board books. I just have to say that. And
yeah, I'm always excited when there's a new one. And I think there's a couple new ones this year. But the title's great. Hey, what's that? So it's going to be one of those books where you're kind of guessing what's going to happen. Right here it says, put your finger here as you turn the page. So it's going to require a little manual dexterity. It's a bumpy yellow elephant. Say hi to her with your trunk. So you've got some hand-eye coordination, some motor skills going on. You can touch her ear and it feels a little bit like a basketball. But I love that there's more than one texture going on a lot of these pages, so you can kind of talk about those differences. But now, what's this you touch? Keep your finger in the hole.
Yeah.
It's a furry blue lion. Swish your tail as you follow him. So I love that there's stuff to pet and feel in here. A slippery orange snake, shake your rattle at him. Now what do you touch? And I kind of love that there's like, this isn't even really talked about. I guess it is here, but I love that there's like completely different textures on each page.
Right.
And I even noticed like the stuff that's soft, they're different textures of soft. Like you've got kind of a felted surface and kind of a plush surface. You can talk about how even soft things have different feels. But what did you think about this?
I loved it. And there's so many reasons why I loved it. Well, because I think you can read it from the baby toddler stand page where they're really into that sensory feeling too. And then I love it from kind of the older toddler to the preschooler because then they get to act it all out too. And I thought they were genius with the way they did this. And what do you touch here? A slippery orange snake, and shake your rattle at them. I mean, the way they positioned the holes and then what animal was coming next and what you would be doing, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I just know the babies love all the texture stuff too. You know, remember it started out with Pat the Bunny. And so this, I think it's just really fun. It's animals, so you could do animal sounds in this one too. And just love all the sensory things. So this might be even for preschool. I mean, if you were reading this out out loud to them, and then you gave them a chance to do some sensory things here. But you could also do some sensory tables then too, where they could touch different things. So, and have different centers where there's different textures and things in their childcare, or even at home, you could set something up too.
With sensory tables, would you talk about like what kind of animal different things feel like? Like, would you be able to extend that maybe? Or
you could. I think I would extend it into the textures and sensories of different items too.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, and then you could relate it back. Remember, that was really soft, like in the book,
like a bunny. Yeah.
So you could like put cotton balls in there and do some everyday things, which are really good for toddlers and preschoolers. That everyday sensory experience. So, and you've got some kids, you'll be able to find out what textures they really don't like to touch too. I mean, textures come into play with food a lot for kids. So I wouldn't bring the food part into this, but definitely some different sensory experiences around. And bringing some things from the outdoors, like leaves or pebbles or sand, that type of a thing too. So, and then it ends with ice cream. So, I mean, what could you not like, And then I love the balloon at the end too. And then it says, thank you for playing. So it's a book made to be played with, which I really like, which is really going to be great for that, 1 to 3 age range where they can actually play with this. So, I thought it was a lot of fun. Sandra Boynton never disappoints.
I know.
I mean, at least for me, she doesn't.
Yeah,
I'm always, and I thought this was just a great new thing to come along because I love all her music things.
Yeah.
Too. It's really appealing to families, but this was just something.
It's a delight.
Yeah, delight. That's a great word for it. But another big success. And of course, again, on the back, there's the barcode there that you can scan. And
you can see some other Sandra Boynton titles.
Yes. She's got a lot to look at, and kids usually have a favorite. So but I could see this becoming a big favorite for a lot of kids.
Definitely.
So
all right,
great. Okay,
so what's last?
Here. Oh, I love this one. So this is a book called "If You Spot a Shell," and Aimée Sicuro, I think is how you say it. And it's all about finding shells on the beach and what you can do with them. And so I had a lot of ideas of what you could do afterwards with this. But the end papers, I just have to say, are absolutely gorgeous with the different shells and that you can see on the beach or you may find on the beach. They even have like a little moon snail shell and a sea urchin, which I thought was nice. But this is just very simple text. If you spot a shell, it could be a hiding place for the treasures you find. So it talks about everything that you can do with the shell if you find it on the beach, which I thought was really neat. And then like this one, or a swimming cap for diving into the crashing waves. Now, would you really find a shell that big? Maybe, depending on what beach you're at.
Or how small your head is.
Yeah, true. So,
maybe a Barbie hat.
Yes. I mean, there's all things that they do, and the way they put the shells over the pictures I thought was really interesting. There's some diversity in this book too, which I really enjoyed.
I thought this page was great.
Yeah, and with the shells as the wheels on the bikes. Yeah, I really like this one too. And then they just go on through all the different ways. They talk about listening to the ocean sounds, which I remember doing as a kid.
Yeah.
In fact, my grandparents had these big conch shells in their house that every time we went, we would play with a lot. I thought this one was really cool with the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
With different things you can find. But I love the color scheme. It's so nice and bright, but soft at the same time. And so, and what I really liked about it too was I love this one with the slide. is that you can think of what other things could you use shells for. So there's a couple of activities you could do afterwards, because you could bury shells in sand in a sand table and have them dig them out too. But what I loved at the end too was,
I was hoping you were going to mention that,
is they talk about the sand painting, the shell painting.
It's at the very end.
Yeah.
Is it there?
Yeah. But they show it in the book too, where they're making all these different pictures here with the shells in the sand. So you could do that too, is just put out shells and in your sand table, maybe dampen it a little bit, and then you could have them draw their sand pictures there. And then they tell you about a sand art project that you can do and give you an example here. They also talk about shell rubbings, which I thought would be really fun too. So it gives you, I see using this, it's simple enough that you could read it to a 2-year-old, I think, a toddler or 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And, but then, it just goes into the preschool age, because you can talk about so much in the book. But I thought this was really just so much fun, because I could see so much you can do with it in a school setting, at home. And yeah, if you've gone on a beach trip with your family and they've picked up all these shells, and you've got some other activities you could do besides just displaying them. So yeah, I was a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I love this one too. For a lot of the same reasons that you did. I loved seashells, of course, when I was a kid. And I love these identifiers on the end pages. Like on the Washington coast, the shells get pretty hammered. Like you're never going to find anything like this, but you can find pieces of things and that maybe have been worn down. So this is kind of a fun way to maybe, if you're not going to a more tropical locale, or you've got this kind of diversity in seashells, you can be like, that piece we found kind of looks like this. Yes. What do you think it looks like? And of course, like you were saying, like if you have a sand table, you can, buy shells like this and bury them. And I think being able to match, either an actual seashell with these or the ones that you see in the pictures is really, for older kids, I think that's really fun. And like you were saying, like I like this book because it works on a variety of age levels. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Oh, you can also read this before you go to the beach.
Yeah.
And so then you can have the kids looking for shells and then seeing what they do find, and then they can compare them at the end. But it'd be a nice introduction if it's your first time at the beach. And, yeah.
Definitely. And then just the use of imagination and the photographs of the shells with the actual soft illustrations.
Creativity was amazing. I love that, with the photograph of the shell with the illustrations.
Yeah. I just love the way the children are depicted too. Like it's so playful and bright. I love their little jelly bean bodies.
Yeah.
Like it's just very fun and
happy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of joy in this book, I think.
Yeah. I forgot about the submarine page.
Yes.
That's so great.
Yes, that is awesome.
So yeah, it's just a lovely little book, but it, kind of the longer you look at it, the more you realize, there's a lot going on here and a lot of stuff you could do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, another great one. With a little note here. So don't forget. And then here's the barcode here. And then, yes, go ahead, put it on hold.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. Picture Book Chat, Sheri. It was great. Love these books.
Me too. Always a pleasure.
To do. Yes. So, yep, great new board books, plus a great one for different ages. So don't hesitate to put them on hold. And we'll see you next time for Picture Book Chat.
Bye.
Bye.